Hi guys, this is Lakin with my persuasive speech on euthanasia. Andrew Lloyd Webber was a famous English composer and manager of musical theater. Some of his most famous work includes Cats, Phantom of the Opera, and Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Webber is also involved with euthanasia. He was diagnosed with prostate cancer in 2009. He went through 14 different operations, which caused him to leave his work. When he had to leave his work, it led to a state of depression. He even took the steps to request forms from Dingenitis, which is a euthanasia center located in Switzerland. Weber was very close to ending his own life until he had a change of mind. Today, he is cancer-free, not depressed, and happy. Euthanasia is a very controversial topic in today's society. Euthanasia can be defined as deliberately ending a person's life in order to relieve suffering. Euthanasia can be divided into voluntary and involuntary euthanasia. Voluntary euthanasia is when the patient verbally requests to end their life. Involuntary is when a family member or a close friend requests to end their life for them because they are unable to do so themselves. Euthanasia can further be divided into passive and active euthanasia. Passive euthanasia involves the withholding of a life-sustaining treatment. Active euthanasia involves the use of lethal substances. In the United States, the only thing that is legal nationally is voluntary passive euthanasia. The 10th Amendment gives the states the right to legalize and prohibit euthanasia. Currently, there are 4 states in the United States that has passed euthanasia as legal. These states are Oregon, Vermont, Washington, and California. The practice of euthanasia goes beyond the 10th Amendment. Murder is legal throughout the entire states of America. Euthanasia qualifies as murder, therefore it should be illegal in the entire states of America as well. If euthanasia was legalized, it would have a drastic negative impact on the depressed population of the United States. Suicide rates will greatly increase. Depression can be solved with time and professional help. If euthanasia is legalized, the time factor will be eliminated. Depression people make the choice to end their life when they're not thinking clearly. And if euthanasia is legalized, they won't have time to change their mind. Euthanasia will become a permanent fix to a depressed person's temporary problem. Additionally, euthanasia is morally wrong. All doctors must sign something called the Hippocratic Oath, and this oath states, "I will neither give a deadly drug to anybody who asks for it, nor will I make a suggestion to this effect." Doctors promise to do everything they can to save a life. If euthanasia is legalized, they will become executioners instead of healers. They will also have to deal with the burden of guilt that they purposely killed someone instead of trying to save them. Also, euthanasia goes against the will of God. In the Bible it reads, "For everything there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die." Only God gets to decide when a person's life is over. To kill yourself or to get someone else to do it is to deny God. The prophets, the apostles, and Jesus were tortured and persecuted, but they didn't commit suicide for an easy way out. In the Bible it also says, "Thou shalt not murder." This is a part of the 10 Commandments. The 10 Commandments are God's guidelines for us humans down on earth. To go against these guidelines is to sin. If euthanasia is legalized, every doctor will become a murderer and every patient a victim of suicide. I believe that euthanasia should not be legalized because it is morally and ethically wrong. It violates important medical ethics. It endangers the depressed population, and only God has the right to end somebody's life. Instead, I believe that us as United States citizens should focus on development and enhancement of palliative care. Palliative care is when doctors and nurses come into a terminally ill patient's home and they provide relief from pain and stress of their illness. This form of care is very effective and it provides a comfortable and dignified death for those who need it. Andrew Webber is very fortunate that euthanasia wasn't legalized during the time he was depressed. If so, he may not have been here today because he wouldn't have had the time to change his mind. Andrew Webber is now an advocate for euthanasia, and he believes that it should become permanently illegal in the United States, as do I. Thank you.